Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you all of this week's top stories from the Lyme Regis area. 2 teenagers and a 22-year-old man were arrested following an altercation at Monmouth Beach car park in Lyme Regis, during which a police officer was assaulted. Police were called to the scene in the very early hours of Thursday morning after a disturbance was reported. A 16-year-old from Up Lyme was arrested after refusing to leave the area and becoming abusive towards officers. A second teenager reportedly struck an officer with a crutch. The officer suffered a head injury and was taken to hospital for treatment. A 22-year-old man from Lyme Regis was arrested for a public order offence as he tried to block the ambulance as it was leaving with the injured officer. Following searches of the area by a police helicopter, an 18-year-old man from Seaton was then arrested on suspicion of assaulting the officer. All 3 are now assisting officers with their inquiries, and Dorset Police said it takes reports of violence towards its officers and other emergency service workers very seriously, and a full investigation into this incident has now been launched. Dorset Council has assured beachgoers in Lyme Regis that there has been no compromise in water quality caused by the recent harbour dredging works. Residents have taken to social media this week to express concerns about water and sand currently being pumped from the harbour across the sandy beach and into the sea. The water has often looked dark in colour and has changed the colour of the sandy beach in places, leaving some questioning whether it is safe. One woman said she was concerned that the water had made her child ill after swimming in the sea, and another complained that it had stained their paddleboard. Dorset Council said material being deposited on the beach was predominantly sand with a small amount of organic matter, which appears dark in colour because it has not been exposed to the air for a long period of time. This is expected to lighten when washed or moved around by the sea. The council said there had been no compromise in water quality, but beachgoers should maintain a safe distance from the pipe. LymeOnline has launched a campaign to help local traders get back on their feet as lockdown restrictions are lifted. As shops across the country open their doors for the first time in months, residents are being encouraged to support their local high streets. Dorset Council members and West Dorset MP Chris Loader are among those who have been spreading the shop local message, along with the Federation of Small Businesses. LymeOnline is also supporting local traders and this week launched a Shop Local campaign with free promotional opportunities for businesses. A full list of local businesses which are now open will be regularly updated on the LymeOnline website, where you can also find full details of how you can benefit from the promotional offers. Dorset Council has now distributed more than £100 million of government funding to businesses across the county to help them through the coronavirus pandemic. The head teacher of St Michael's Primary School in Lyme Regis has expressed his gratitude to staff, parents and children after welcoming back pupils over the past 3 weeks. The school has been open for reception Year 1 and Year 6 pupils, as well as children of key workers and vulnerable children, with an average of 20 pupils attending each day and 12 staff on site. Head teacher Nick Kiddle has praised the amazing children for sticking to social distancing and cleaning rules. He has also thanked parents for their support and paid tribute to the hard-working staff. Mr Kiddle said he was pleased to hear Education Secretary Gavin Williamson's latest announcement that other year groups would now not be expected to return to school before the summer break, which he admitted would have been very difficult for St Michael's. All of Lyme Regis's major summer events and festivals have now been cancelled due to the coronavirus pandemic. Lyme Folk Weekend, which was due to take place at the end of August, this week became the latest and final summer event to be pulled. Organisers had held off making a decision in the hope the festival could still go ahead, but they have now said this will not be possible. However, the headline acts booked to appear this summer will be performing next August instead, and tickets already purchased will still be valid. Refunds are also available and full details are available on the Lyme Folk website. West Dorset MP Chris Loader is asking local communities to nominate unsung heroes who have gone above and beyond during the coronavirus pandemic. Inspired by the number of voluntary initiatives and personal acts of kindness shown throughout his constituency in recent months, Mr Loader said he is determined to mark the service of others. You can nominate your local heroes by visiting the MP's website shown on screen now by no later than June 30th. And now for sport. There is still no indication when local sport will be able to start, but Lyme Regis Football Club has not been letting the grass grow under their feet during lockdown. The club received a grant of £1,500 from the Football Association for ground maintenance, and this has been put towards widening the notoriously narrow pitch at the Davy Fort. With the help of players, contractors have been employed to grade the northern bank, which will enable the pitch to be widened by at least 2 metres. Because the pitch is of minimum size to meet the FA criteria, the work being carried out should enable Lyme to play their Dorset Cup games at home in the future. Work has also commenced on laying a concrete path to the new 63-seat grandstand, which will provide access for wheelchairs. The club is about to embark on Phase 3 of its £130,000 Project Fortify development plan, which has been backed by a £100,000 grant from Lyme Regis Town Council. For every £25,000 from the council, the club has had to provide match funding of £12,500. Phases 1 and 2, a new kitchen and the grandstand, have been completed, and the club is now working on detailed costings for the final phase, which will include drainage work, tarmacking the car park and the erection of perimeter fencing. On the playing side, the club has announced that former players Nick Dragao and Darren Stewart, who have both played at a higher level than Lyme Regis, have been appointed joint managers of the reserve team. Good news also for 2 other local sports organisations. Uplyme and Lyme Regis Cricket Club have received a grant of £2,000 from Sport England to help them through the coronavirus crisis, and Lyme Regis Gig Club has been granted £1,000 from the National Lottery to help meet costs incurred during the pandemic. Thanks for watching LymeOnline's video news bulletins. Don't forget you can stay up to date with all the latest news on our website throughout the week, but in the meantime, have a great weekend.